And then the characters were traumatized and died. Are there no machina or anything around here? Did Monica cue all of these people to like, hey, I need someone out there to kiss right when they walk out or something so they really realize it?
This is how it should be. This is human nature. We are born defenseless, grow up. Then those who find a spouse create new life together, age, then return to the earth. Thank you. I mean it.
Oh, is that Guernica's eye patch? That's cute. I like that. The more I see Noah's default outfit, the more I don't like it.
Monica, what was that word you used? Spouse?
A partner in romance.
The
feeling of having someone very precious to you. That'd be one way of putting it. You'll understand too someday. Or it might be that you already do.
Remembrance stones. I'm still following Shania. Shoot me. Viren Park. Yo, where's the monument to Eggle? Or the monument to Dunban? I want to see some monument. Is this the monument to Ricky over here? Oh, are these the first Ouroboros? It's that egg thing!
Look.
It looks the same as the one before.
Who are they?
Is that Richard from Tales of Graces?
Ouroboros.
Shoot!
The founders, we call them.
The first Ouroboros?
That one. She looks a bit like Mimi. Look at this. He's got Noah's chin.
And the others don't look like anyone.
Tell us about them.
Long, long ago, they gained the power of Ouroboros. It let them match Mobius blow for blow. The city folk you see here, we're all descended from them.
How you manage the inbreeding?
Bound by their blood.
It was the queens, so they say. Kevis and Agnes. Their powers united created Ouroboros. Ouroboros are the only ones that can take down a Mobius. Although, there can only be 6 Ouroboros alive at one time.
Really?
By
But why?
activating the stone's cage here, those with aptitude can become Ouroboros.
Only 6? Why so few of them? I get it. That's why they got so upset.
Only 6 because that's how they designed the gameplay. So, like, you know.
Finally clicked? There's only so many seats and stones. The one that my father was moving, it took a long time to be found.
Think I'm finally getting the gist of this whole Ouroboros deal.
Are you?
But the queens?
Not those sham figureheads in the castles. The real queens.
Yes, real queens. I knew that soulless piece of clockwork junk wasn't the real deal.
Does that mean our queen is false too?
We're still trying to pinpoint the true queens. They're out there somewhere, sleeping.
What for?
Why else? To take our world back from Mobius and set things to rights. The true queens will help us there.
Hang on a bleeding second. Ouroboros were born, like, generations ago, right? But you said the queens are sleeping.
Melia needs her
Are
beauty
there
rest.
humans who can even live that long?
Now that I don't know too much about.
Then what do you know?
Well, the legend goes that both of the queens, their lifespans are supposed to be incomparably longer than ours.
And you're pinning your hopes on that?
At the moment, that's about all we can do.
Your lifespan is 10 years, hers is like 70. Is it really that hard to imagine?
All right. So, when the world is back to rights, then what?
The people you've seen here, the way they live their lives, that could be everyone. Babies, children, adults, the old, they're all a part of nature's cycle.
And that would go for us too.
There'll be more to life than just fighting to survive.
Yeah, you guys will find
We'll
something else
weave
to
the
wage
tale
war over
that
eventually.
we were always meant to tell.
Don't give up. 10 years? You kids deserve better. The only thing that can change all this is the will of Ouroboros. You kids and you alone.
Though, some of us around here still ain't too keen on the idea.
What?
So, those people from before,
They're happy living in the moment. As long as they can hide away and cover their eyes, they don't give a damn about the rest.
So our lives mean nothing to them.
If they can't see or hear you, then as far as they're concerned, you don't even exist.
closing their eyes to what's in front of them.
A lot of folks here think that way.
But that's just like Mobius. Then the only difference is whether or not they benefit directly.
You catch on quick. I can see why my dad chose you guys. But the will of the Founders, it lives on in us warriors. Mobius can't reign forever. If we can continue freeing young folk like you, maybe life can get back to how it should be. That would be best for all of us.
For sure. I'm with you. I think we'd have to be lunatics not to believe you, after what you've shown us.
I believe it too. Seeing how you live your lives, it made me feel really envious. Feeling that warmth, part of nature's cycle. We need to protect that. I agree. It was so precious.
Oh, I have to read now. Shania! You've served your purpose. You can, like, I don't know, go stop existing or something. More walking to do. This is the last stretch. Let's get you to the dorms. Hey, You might want a Mobius warning level. The Kevis and Agnes warning levels have combined to form a single Mobius warning level. I'm gonna be 100% real with you, and I'm interested if other people in chat are gonna say anything. I don't think this matters. Like, the Kevis and Agnes warning levels have not actually, to my knowledge, had like any effect on the game whatsoever. Do they actually serve any real purpose?
Hey,
I feel like they accomplish literally nothing. I've never paid attention to them other than when they go up, and then after they go up, it seems like the game doesn't change even slightly as a result of it.
I think I need some time to process all this.
Yeah. Quite a weight to carry. Absorbing all this in one go.
Yeah, you might want to make sure that you don't give them any private rooms after the doctor just explained to them, you know, the birds and the bees. This is the dorm for young lost number soldiers. You can sleep here while you're in the city. You can ask that guy about your rooms. Sup, I'm that guy. It's me. Oh, and sadly there's no kitchen in the building. A lot of the single soldiers eat at the Machiba canteen words. But if you want to do your own cooking, feel free to use that empty plot of land over there. Got it. Thank you, Monica. Tomorrow we have a lot to discuss. Agreed. How shall we arrange that? Meet me in the Lost Numbers War Room. Ah, I know where that is. It's the place down the lift room near the Praetorian Hill, which we passed on the way here. Okay, yeah, sure. I better have a waypoint pointing me there tomorrow. I'll let you know closer to the time. Oh, and before I forget, you're free to explore the city as you will. Is that really okay? I said we weren't hostile, right? I thought you'd be pleased not to have me breathing down your necks. No, we're grateful. Thanks for everything. Alright, so this is all really cool. I mean, it's basically everything that I expected after we got a good chunk into the game, like after seeing Vandom early on, like being old, and learning about the Mobius being old, and especially the life pod thing with like Ethel being rebirthed and all that. I was, you know, pretty much expecting like, oh, we're gonna get the Sword March is gonna be a city of people that like don't live under the 10-term lifespan, like live like normal human lifespans. The one thing I'm really like confused about, especially because they showed in that room one of the Ouroboros having cat ears, is that there does not appear to be any type of human or like species, race, whatever in this city other than just default, I'm gonna say Homs, but they call themselves humans. But I mean, like, there were never humans in Xenoblade, at least not in Xenoblade 1, maybe in Xenoblade 2 were they called Homs or humans, I don't know. But, in Xenoblade 1, it was just Homs. But obviously we have, like, Hyentia and Machina, and then we got, like, Blade? Like, Senna's a blade from Xenoblade 2? Tyon's just a dude with a scarf, I guess. And then Mio is, like, a flesh eater from Xenoblade 2, but, kind of strange stuff. These monuments are really cool. I love this one. This looks straight out of like an old school like Yu Yu Hakusho style anime. I love that one. One of you looked, this one reminded me of Richard from Tales of Graces. This one just looks like Shulk, just straight up. Very, very interesting. I'm very excited to see where the game goes from here. It's getting pretty hype, pretty cool. House Rhodes. A soldier of Agnes, this founder's fight to the death against the founder of Ortiz, a soldier of Keves, was interrupted by a chance meeting with other founders. Freed from the bondage of her flame clock, she joined the fight against Mobius. Although a soldier, the founder is reported to have been exceedingly gentle and kind at heart. Additionally, her skill in the healing arts greatly contributed to the development of medical science in the city in later ages. And irrespective of starting life as an Agnian soldier, she is said to have surpassed 80 years of age, though the way she achieved that remains shrouded in mystery. I mean, Vandom made it up to 60. House Cassini, in memory of the founder of House Cassini and the city's liberatrix. Much like with the founder of Reed, this statue too depicts this founder's respected mentor rather than the founder herself. What? The mentor boasted a robust physique, wielding two great swords at once with utmost ease and facing down Mobius despite the loss of one eye. He lived his life an unsophisticated sort, broad-minded but impassioned, and is said to have aided the founders in the fight against Mobius, physically and spiritually. He was further reported to have been a free spirit whose qualities influenced the other founders, still young and impressionable when the city was restored. Indelible proof of this rebellious spirit can be seen time and again in the ethos of the house and generations to come. So wait a minute, this dude isn't one of the founders? He's the leader of an actual founder? That's weird. House Vandom, our classic. In memory of the founder of House Vandom, the city's restorer and liberator. The original incarnation of the city was once laid to ruin by Mobius Inn's hands. Oh, Mobius Inn is, Gold Dude, isn't it, I believe? The founder realized fully the power of Ouroboros, heretofore limited, and fought against Inn, ousting him. Once victorious, he gathered the old city's people, scattered to the winds, and reestablished the city. With the city restored, he left its government in the hounds of the founder of Doyle and departed on a lonely expedition. No records exist of his fate thereafter. Heirs of Vandom's lineage only returned to the new city several centuries later. Oral tradition has it that the founder was master of the classical arts of fistfighting, and the scions of House Vandom carry on the custom to this day. Alright, well, Monica definitely has, like, a sword, so. House Doyle. In memory of the founder of House Doyle and the city's liberatrix, directly descended from those who established the first original city. Her whereabouts were lost after Inn's ravaging of the city of old, but upon encountering the other founders, she committed herself fully to the fight. This founder is said to have a familiar relation to the founder of Vandom, with scant to extant records suggesting they were likely brother and sister. She fought alongside the founder of Vandom then, who was the elder of the two, and brought the power of Ouroboros to completion. Said to have been bright and wise, this founder laid the cornerstones for much of the city's governance and legal system. How nice. House Reed. In memory of the founder of House Reed and the city's liberatrix, rather than the founder herself, this statue depicts the founder's mentor figure, standing as a sign of the deep reverence and devotion she felt for her teacher. Okay, that's really, I don't know, I don't get that, but whatever. The founder's master was unconnected to her by bonds of blood, yet he raised her as would befit a child of one's own, it is said. Though of a calm and constant disposition, the sight of him on the battlefield, great red sword in hand, struck fear into many a Mobius. And though the vicious struggle against Mobius cost this ferocious warrior his right arm, the loss did nothing to diminish his desire to hone his martial skills each day, standing as vivid testament to his indomitable will. Okay. House Ortiz. In memory of the founder of House Ortiz and the city's liberator, a Kavesi soldier, this founder was released from the flame clock system by the other founders, and henceforth spent every last ounce of his energy for the cause to liberate the city as one of the first Ouroboros. With surpassing skill in mechanical engineering, the founder fought not with a blade, but with a weapon of his own fabrication. He was also responsible for laying the foundations of all the mechanical systems supporting the city to this day. Following the fight against Mobius, he poured the remainder of his days into rebuilding the city before finally perishing at the age of 80 years. Though how he attained that feat despite his origins as a Kavesi soldier remains unexplained. Alright. The Ouroboros' stone cage. The Ouroboros stone's cage, rather. The object on display upon this plinth is the very first original Ouroboros stone's cage. It is important to note that the initial designs for the monument are said to have included a statue of a seventh founder in its place. Next to no information remains about the seventh founder's identity, and it is possible that this is not due to a simple loss of records. Rather, historians speculate that this is the result of a conscious decision by the seventh founder. Interesting. I wonder if the seventh founder is like a Mobius or something. I guess we'll find out. I'm really interested to see what there is. So obviously the queens have to be Melia, and then probably, what's the name of the cat chick from 2? It's really similar to Mio, but it's not. I think it's Nia. So, like, they must be Nia, because Nia's a flesh eater in Xenoblade 2, so she can, like, live forever, I think, basically. Pretty much immortal, for the most part. And then Hyentia don't live forever, which Melia is a Hyentia, but she would live for, like, hundreds of years. She was already 88, I think it was, in Xenoblade 1. The lost numbers are short on snipers, right? It's just that I've been considering changing my role is all. You're changing your blade again? Are you really sure you found the right role this time? Blades.